Thank you all for joining today's session. I'm really excited to introduce my next guest here, Julie Wolpers from Advantage Performance Group. Julie, how are you doing today?
I'm doing great. Thank you.
Thank you so much for joining. Really excited to hear about what you guys are doing at Advantage and how you're using Lucidworks. But I think a great place to start off would be tell me a little bit about yourself.
Sure, Hunter. Thank you. Well, hello, everyone. I bring you greetings from Cape Girardeau, Missouri, about 100 miles south of St. Louis, where I am sharing my home office with two German Shepherds, and I'm hoping they all stay asleep and won't have an occasion to bark while we're having this conversation. I've been a web developer for more than 25 years and in the creative content marketing space with Advantage Performance Group for about 8 years, which takes me full circle to my pre-internet roots as a writer and an editor for a daily newspaper. Advantage is an award-winning professional consulting firm made up of about 30 partners throughout the US who coordinate experiential learning and development training for medium to large companies as well as enterprise level global corporations. In short, we help organizations develop great people. We do that through fun and memorable learning experiences from our evolving network of best-in-class thought leaders and learning designers. For instance, we provide tools and experiences that help people become better leaders, learn how to bring out the best work in others, build or enhance their corporate culture, become more inclusive, nurture innovation, instill purpose and value-driven sales, develop new habits, cascade a new strategy, or really just make other important changes across the organization. Our success is helping them succeed, and our focus is always linking their training investment to real business results for our clients.
Well, fantastic. Thank you so much for that background, Julie. It's kind of always great to hear about you and your organization. So tell me a little bit about what challenges were you guys facing when you decided, okay, we need to go out into the market and really evaluate a search solution?
Well, our role as a talent development partner for organizations is multifaceted, and we need HR and learning leaders to be able to quickly find our best and most recent content to understand how we can help them elevate their learning and development. For years, we have been adding free resources and mini learning journeys to our website to give people a taste of what we do and to offer them something of value to take with them just for visiting. Many of our offerings changed during COVID as companies shut down their offices and our thought leader partners pivoted from live on-site training to virtual experiences that were relevant to the immediate needs of businesses during the unprecedented worldwide pandemic and at a time when the calls for reform and social justice became top of mind. We ramped up our marketing efforts to offer free webinars and roundtables to help organizations on topics that became their most pressing challenges, especially relevant to remote and hybrid work, decision-making, employee well-being, leading with emotional intelligence, and getting comfortable with efforts to become more diverse and inclusive and establishing an atmosphere of psychological safety. Many of these webinars are still on our website as replays with valuable takeaway tools that are still relevant and helpful. We want to be sure our visitors can find them, and we want to make sure they can find what they need from among the hundreds of pages and resources that we have produced over the years. Our current search engine via WordPress and some of the other plugins we explored just weren't up to that task. I had deployed a couple of outsourced search engines in the past on intranets, but those solutions became privatized and went off the market. So when I found out about Lucidworks, I was intrigued to see what they had because I knew that we could do better. One of the things we wanted to do was to serve visually compelling search results with images rather than just a list of text links. And Lucidworks worked with us to roll out that feature sooner than we expected they could. Our ultimate goal with search is to somehow make the search experience for visitors to our website as fun and as educational as the learning experiences we facilitate. We have a lot of work to do toward that end, but we're off to a great start, and I can see the potential that Lucidworks has opened up for us.
What's amazing to me is, you guys have obviously produced a ton of content, right? And the desire to say, we want to make sure that users who come to our site are finding the things that are relevant to them. But even now in late 2022, it's interesting to hear that the pivot that you made as a result of COVID in 2020 is still relevant for you guys as a business and how you're moving forward and what that strategy looks like from a search standpoint.
Yeah, absolutely. And setting up our data sources with Lucidworks was really easy. They have a very intuitive dashboard. They have access to a very comprehensive knowledge base, and the excellent in-house support we receive from Lucidworks, and thanks, Hunter, for all your support. Lucidworks helped us track down and resolve some sources of duplicate indexing, and they worked with us to embed and style the code and to customize the filtering for our content. And the development team has been also really responsive to our feedback and our suggestions. I really love that their search engine leverages the Open Graph meta tags for images and descriptions that we already had in place for SEO and for social sharing. So my Lucidworks tech support guru, Sean Rasmussen, and his team, they've been especially helpful making sure we're able to deploy the new code as soon as features roll out. And Sean's personal support, his turnaround time, and the coding expertise has really been amazing. So we've been very happy.
Well, Sean is definitely a rock star, so big shout out to him. So you talked a little bit about what was the process like to get data into the system. Tell me a little bit about what it was like deploying onto your system once you had that data into Lucidworks. And then, how did you ultimately get to a point where we're seeing here on the screen, creating that search experience that you guys were striving for?
Well, while the team worked on helping us make featured images a reality for our search results, we were still able to immediately integrate the better results with the filters and search ahead features on our website. And that was already a vast improvement over our previous search function. It was really a matter of embedding some code. It was so simple to implement. We're also very, and so it was very simple and already a vast improvement over what we had. So, and then we're also, it's also a work in progress. We're able to continue to curate our results for important search terms by boosting some pages, blocking, frankly, a lot of other pages.
Yep.
Immediately seeing how those results will be displayed depending on what people search for. So in all, we see our partnership with Lucidworks as something that is helping us continue to improve our website, which is always a work in progress where the proverbial paint is never dry. And so it's also helping us to better serve our visitors. So thank you so much, everyone at Lucidworks, for the great new tool we have. I'm really looking forward to seeing it evolve and getting even better.
Well, I couldn't agree more with what you said there at the end, in the sense of it's never really done, right? There's always opportunities for us to go back and analyze results and see where we can continue to improve and refine. Like you said, the paint is never really drying in that standpoint. Well, Julie, thank you so much for taking us through that. To wrap up here, we are in late October, so tell me a little bit about what's your favorite fall activity when you disconnect and get away from the virtual screens. What do you like to do in the fall?
Well, I'll tell you, my favorite fall activity is also my year-round passion, which is swimming. I leave the house every morning before dawn, and I try to get in about 3 miles in laps before work. It helps me stay healthy, and it prepares me mentally for the day. I like to share this because swimming is an activity for people of all ages and abilities. It's a no-impact sport that leaves you feeling even better than when you started. And thanks to social media and other swim apps, I've been able to connect with other swimmers like me from all around the world. And in addition, advances in swim technology, smart goggles, underwater headphones, the apps have made it a lot more fun than when I started about 12 years ago. And it really is a sport that can change your life. So with that, I'll stop because I tend to talk too much about swimming when I get started. So Hunter, thanks. Thanks so much for having me be a part of Activate. It's been an honor and a real pleasure to work with you. And I just really
Well, the
appreciate it.
pleasure is all mine, and I will say that you have me sold. I just need to get a pair of smart goggles and some headphones, and I'm the next Michael Phelps. So thank you, Julie. That's what
Absolutely.
I'll be focusing on this fall and winter.
Thanks. And thanks everyone for listening. Appreciate it.
Yep. Thank you. Take care.
You too.